Good morning, folks. Hank, SixFourTrading. Just a lot going on this week. Still tomorrow, we got the big Fed rate decision. They're in the meeting starting today. Two-day meeting starting today. Netflix, as I was saying before, Netflix offered to buy, the Warner Brothers, division, Discovery division, was all hype when it initially came out, and the stock just flew up. Well, I took a short on it. Why did I take a short on it? Because it was not confirmed, number one. They didn't do it yet, number two. There's legal approvals that need to happen. Administration approvals need to happen. And anything can happen in between that time. So them announcing that, and also it's a $72 billion hit on the company. There's nothing bullish about it initially coming out. And so I took the short, made really good profits on that. And now it's selling off even more. And now you have another player in the game, which is Paramount. Bid is $30 billion more than in Netflix, who thought they had it locked up. So that all goes to say, when you hear, news come out, verify that news as being something that's going to be locked and accurate. If it's not, then it's all exuberance. It's all excitement. And excitement drove the stock all the way up off of nothing. And so you could take advantage of some of the reverse plays on that. You need confirmation and everything in this environment. So with that being said, the Fed policy meeting, like I said, is starting today for two-day meeting, and then the Fed rate decision comes out tomorrow, 2 p.m. Futures up a little bit. Again, the Paramount takeover from Netflix. Paramount bid for taking over Warner Brothers Discovery Studios. And then this big news here where Trump is allowing NVIDIA to export 200 chips again, and will rake in 25% fee on these sales, supposedly. And that's pretty much it. Bitcoin's still not doing too well, so kind of just hovering and not doing well on that. So we'll take a look at that real quick. Let's see if this will even come up. So again, we're coming into a time where, look at these charts here, where, we're getting close to the end of the year. They're expecting a Santa rally. It is December 9th. The CPI data got pulled and pushed till whenever, I think next year sometime. So we don't have that data. The Fed doesn't have that data to make a decision on a rate cut. So even if they cut rates, the market can go in any direction because, one, it doesn't have the data it needs to justify the cuts if they cut based on trying to measure interest rate. PCE data came in kind of even, flat last week, and we're just looking at this. So we got a stock put on Netflix. Again, shorted from up here. It's still selling off crazy. I still have a target at 82 where I would like to buy at this daily level, or a little bit below. We're on target for that. There's nothing here from a support perspective to stop this from going from 97 down to 82s. So I think this little thing here is probably a dead cat bounce from this pull down yesterday. So I'll be looking out for, I'll be looking out for more downside on Netflix, just so you know, because it broke this weekly support level, and we're going down. There's nothing else here really to hold this, in my opinion, to 80s. So we'll see. It could turn around, go back up, but right now it's not looking too good. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA off the news didn't really do much, right? We got a little burst out of this area here, 183 yesterday, push up to this key level 191s, got rejected, and we're selling off in pre-market, even with the news of being allowed to sell chips. We have to watch that. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY kind of just hovering around here. I mean, it wants the 690, ultimately 700s. We'll see. Right now, we're not looking too good. We hit the 688. We pulled down. We're kind of just still in this consolidation area here. We haven't really gotten out of the zone, so to speak. So we'll be watching what the market does today, and also, Fed day, which is tomorrow, and then post-Fed decision tomorrow. So let's look at the I want to show you something. The unemployment rate, and I measure this, is at 4.4, right, which is above their 4 level that they were concerned about, and it's going up, right? Even though it's talking about the labor market is dwindling rapidly, we don't have those numbers, right? And so we need to see more unemployment data, but it's going up. And one thing I do want to show you is these lines here are, these gray areas are recessions or pullbacks, right? We have COVID, we have some from our mortgages, the dot-com bubble, right? And so every time this starts to go up, right, the unemployment rate starts to go up, you trigger a recession. Well, we're doing it right now. We're at this level. And if I measure this level out, I know markets always go up, but you got to be careful, right? We're hitting these marks. We're hitting these trigger marks. Okay. We're hitting these trigger, not here yet because we've been coming down, but every time it reinverts or goes back up, especially like this, then you think, oh, that's why they're concerned about this 4 line, because this 4 line has been a trigger line. So these are all the U.S. unemployment, the Volcker. Remember Volcker had to raise interest rates to like what, 10%, because he made the mistake of cutting too early. So he caused, this recession in the economy. You had the OPEC. So just be cautious here because we are turning up. This is just immediate COVID spike. We're moving up on unemployment. This is not where you want to be. So if this line breaks and goes up 4.4, 4.5, you could probably trigger a recession, recessionary numbers. Just need to watch out for that. Anyway, so just that's the numbers for today. The interest rates are still moving up, right? The yields are just climbing like crazy. This isn't good for the markets. So the market is still holding up. So it's a little diverse of what the market is doing. Gold is looking really good. Still holding in this area, still above 4,000. A little bit of a pullback here. I don't know if this is going to be a dead cat break to the downside, but it was making higher highs, higher lows, and now it's 9 in this area here. So we have to watch out for that too. And what was one other one I was looking at this morning? Nothing really doing too much. Bitcoin is just kind of just staying above the 90s, staying in the 90s area, not really doing much. It's just really just trading sideways here. But you can look at this as being a bear flag. Be honest with you, go this way, flag, and it could just go lower. So we have to watch out for that as well. All right, I'm Hank. SixFourTrading. This is the market outlook for today, and what we probably still trending into the week. What we're looking at here. There's a couple of equities just breaking out. Tesla's not doing too well either. We did move up a little bit. AMD's moving up a little bit. Let me show you AMD real quick before I jump off, because AMD just had some kind of spike. We don't know why. There's no news, but I think it could just be sympathy from the Trump, saying that they can sell the H200 chips to China. So AMD is going to a 4-hour chart. AMD has moved up overnight, but we're rejecting this line here at 225. Just keep this key resistance level here at 226 is, and sort of just moving up. But it is powerful, right? We have a bounce off of this area here. It didn't completely fill this gap. The gap line is actually started here, but I start moving it down as it starts to fill some of that gap. So the gap now is at 194, but we haven't fully filled that gap. And the gap's based on the daily chart. We got a gap here, right? So go down to the 4-hour chart and kind of bounce off of this area 194s, moving up, pull back, moving up. So it could break this level. If we do break this high, break this level at 226s, I'm expecting to spike up and go retest this 237s area on AMD. But if we fail, right, if this is just a retest again of this failure here, this is an indication failure here, and this is just a retest of that level, this could come down and fill this gap. So we have to watch out for today, tomorrow, into the end of the week, especially after the rate decision. Could this just be a correction to the upside before the continuation, to the downside to fill this gap? We'll watch out for that today, tomorrow, and the rest of the week. See how this plays out, but we're right at that cusp of this level here, where this thing can break up. I'm Hank, SixFourTrading. Guys, trade well. Talk to you guys later. Bye.